Alrighty. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for attending our first session of the Simpson Summer Series. If this is your first time joining us, go ahead and utilize the chat feature. So it'll be in the bottom right-hand corner. There should be a little button that says chat. You can go ahead and pull that up so all of you can introduce yourselves in the chat. So just go ahead, say your name, hometown, what year you are in school, any kind of academic or personal interest that you might have. I checked out the registration earlier. I know we have some incoming freshmen on this call, as well as some rising seniors, class of 2021. So super excited to have you all on this call, and we will be covering Greek life tonight. So my name is Madeline Cano. I am the Assistant Director of Diversity, Inclusion, and Access here at Simpson. I work in the admissions office, and I primarily work with families from the Latinx community. And then I will also have Rich Ramos on the call tonight. Rich, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Rich Ramos. I'm the Associate Dean of Students. I, along with working in student activities on a lot of different areas, I get the opportunity to work with our fraternities and sororities and some of the students you're going to get the opportunity to meet tonight.
Awesome. Thank you. And we also have 4 students on the call tonight. They are students from all over. They are part of our Greek life here at Simpson, and they will be sharing their personal experiences a little bit later in this call. So before we get started, I just want to go over kind of what we're going to be talking about tonight. We've got about a half an hour together. I'm going to run over just some general Simpson information, admissions information. Rich will cover a little bit of the general info about Greek life at Simpson College, and then we'll turn it over to our students to share their own personal experiences. And then if anyone has any questions at the end, we'll be able to review that. We are recording this session, so it will be available on our YouTube channel, Simpson College. We also have all of our previous sessions recorded, so if you missed anything in the spring, you can go ahead and check that out under the Explore Simpson series playlist. So be sure to check that out in case you missed any good content. All right, so we'll move along with the admissions portion. So for those of you who are not familiar or have not had a chance to visit Simpson College, we are located in Indianola, Iowa, which is about 15 minutes south of Des Moines, which is the largest city in Iowa. We have about 1,200 full-time undergraduate students that are on campus. We're not a commuter school, so about 90% of our students do live on or around campus, which is great. It means there's a lot of activities, a lot of things going on, a lot of things to keep you busy, which is awesome. The other great thing that I always love to tell folks about Simpson is that we have a really intimate class size. So you're going to get about a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. The small class sizes is a really big reason why a lot of students choose Simpson. Your professors are going to get to know you really well. They're going to be able to not only know you as a student, but know you as a person outside of the classroom. And that's going to be really helpful in the future when you're looking for internships or even when after you graduate and are networking and trying to get a job. So we find that that is something that is really unique about Simpson, and it's one of the things that we love about being a smaller private liberal arts school. Even though we are small, we have 80 different majors, minors, and pre-professional programs. A lot of our students are really interested and passionate about a variety of different things. And we definitely want to open doors for all of our students. So I love this about us. We really don't kind of pigeonhole you into one particular major. If you have a variety of interests, your academic advisors and your professors are going to work with you to figure out what's the best path for you. And how to make it work. So there's a lot of different things you could be involved in. We have a lot of students that are passionate about multiple things. So we definitely want to be able to encourage those passions and help you grow in a variety of different areas. 99% of Simpson College graduates were employed or attending graduate school within 6 months of graduation. So if there's any parents on the call tonight, I know that's a big relief. College is a big investment, and so we want to make sure that you're going to be really successful. And all of our courses really push students to be leaders in and out of the classroom. So all those students that are going on to graduate school or higher levels of education, they're really leading the pack, which is really exciting. Speaking of a good investment, all of our students are going to receive 100% financial aid. And so that means that you are going to have the opportunity just to have really good merit scholarships, so based on your academic profile, and then also need-based. So we'll look at income and just how best we can support you. And then we also have a variety of different scholarships available for those of you that are involved in different activities. We'll go over that probably a little bit more detail during our individual visits. If you haven't had a chance to have one of those, definitely sign up. And last thing I want to talk about really quick is our internship program. We have a wonderful career development office. Bobby Sullivan is our director of career development services, and she really works with students one-on-one on those resume building skills, interview skills, and helping students find good internships. So a lot of Simpson students spend their summers doing research or having an internship, and you can get class credit for those, which is great. So if you are a senior, currently going to be an incoming freshman, this probably won't apply to you. You probably are just getting ready to do orientation, which starts tomorrow and is going on through the next week. All of these next steps are kind of more designed for the fall, for the students that are coming in fall 2021. So if you are a rising senior, this is going to be your last year in high school, these are kind of the next steps for you. Right now, we are doing virtual visits online. We will be opening our campus back up on July 13th for individual visits. So if you are interested in coming to campus, you certainly can do that at the end of July. But right now, we are hosting individual virtual visits, which means you just basically have a Zoom call with myself or one of your counselors, faculty members, coaches, and other students that are kind of like the students that are on this call tonight. So we really cater it and make it personal for you. If you want more information on that, just go to simpson.edu/visit and you can sign up for that. So right now you also are probably getting ready to apply for college. So something that I would recommend doing, because a lot of students are going to be doing the same thing in the fall, start thinking about maybe some of your teachers that you're close with, coaches, any community leaders, and start reaching out to them and ask them for a letter of recommendation. You really want your application to stand out and be really unique. So make sure that you reach out to them so that they can support you, and so that way your college profile elevates it a little bit, and it makes a lot of colleges want you, especially Simpson. And then our application will be opening in July. So mid-July, it should be available for you to apply. Our application is free. It takes about 15 minutes. We have some optional essay questions on there. I highly recommend completing those. And then also be sure to check out our fall events calendar. Like I said, you can come back to campus and visit us starting Monday, July 13th. And then I have a list here of our upcoming virtual visits. So we're going to be running this summer series every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. We'll also have a couple of day events. So on the 17th, that is during the day, but most of them that you see here are going to be focused on unique areas to Simpson as well as regionals. So if you are from out of state, from particular areas in the United States, we will be doing some regional focused visits as well. All of these are available on our website, so you can kind of see the descriptions of what we're going to be talking about. So check those out for sure on our website. Again, simpson.edu/visit. All right. And then really super easy, if you're just wanting to kind of stay up to date with what's going on with Simpson, social media is the easiest way to do that. So definitely make sure that you follow Simpson College and Simpson Admissions. Simpson College is going to give you a really broad overview of all of the things that are going on in campus, and the Simpson Admissions accounts will cover anything you might need to know about the admissions process. So follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like I said, check us out on YouTube. You'll be able to see all of these videos and more on that channel. All right, I will turn it over to Rich to cover a little bit about Greek life.
Okay, once again, I'm Rich Ramis, and I get the opportunity to work with our fraternities and sororities on campus. As one of the things, I think I'm going to not spend a ton of time on a lot of this information, because I think the most important folks who can tell you a little bit about the experience of being in a fraternity, sorority, or some of the students who are here on this call. So with that in mind, I'm going to be fairly brief, but I encourage you, if you have any questions whatsoever about fraternity and sorority life, now's the opportunity, or when you get on campus in the fall, for those of you coming to campus in the fall, to learn about our fraternities and sororities, or if you're considering visiting campus, ask our students when you're on campus about their experience and why they chose to be a part of our community. On campus, we currently have 8 fraternities and sororities on campus. We have 4 men's organizations and 4 women's organizations. In this list, the way they're listed on the screen that you're seeing it right now, they're listed in the years that they actually started on campus, that they were founded on our campus, even though they may have been founded at other campuses. earlier in their time, these are the years that these organizations were founded on our campus. As you can see, a lot of our chapters have a really long history on our campus. Most of them have been on campus or are on campus for over 100 years, which is pretty substantial, which means that from my perspective anyway, that they're pretty important to who we are, and that if they weren't of value to our community, they wouldn't continue to be an asset to who we are as a community, and we wouldn't keep them on campus. So I think that's really kind of important to think about. Of those organizations, the men's organizations on that list are Alpha Tau Omega, it is Sigma Alpha Epsilon, Kappa Theta Psi, and Lambda Chi Alpha. Of those 4 men's organizations, all of them are national with the exception of Kappa Theta Psi, which is a local organization, which means that they only exist at Simpson College, which is a pretty exciting and unique thing, especially given that they've been on campus for more than 100 years. Our women's organizations are Pi Beta Phi, Kappa Kappa Gamma, Delta Delta Delta, and Sigma Lambda Gamma, all of which are organizations that I would encourage you to also take a look at. You'll see that Sigma Lambda Gamma is our newest chapter on campus. They were welcomed on campus in 2015 as a multicultural organization, and we're incredibly excited to have them as a part of our community as well. So we have an incredibly robust Greek community, and I encourage you to take a deeper look into who we are. As far as recruitment goes, let's start out with sorority recruitment. Sorority recruitment typically starts in the second or third week of the fall semester when students get on campus. A little bit after you've had a chance to get comfortable on campus and acclimated on campus. And during that formal recruitment, it's a pretty structured process for the women in that you get the opportunity to talk with members of all of the chapters and get to know those organizations and to learn which chapter does what and how they do and those sorts of things, but also to find the right fit for you. I think our goal in all of the chapters, whether it's men's or women's organizations, is to find an organization that fits right for you, but is also a good fit for the chapter. I think all of our organizations want to find members that really want to be a part of their organization to help their organization grow and get better in those sorts of things. For women, it's typically a 3 or 4 day process. Typically in the evenings. This year it's going to look a little bit different because it's probably going to be predominantly a virtual sort of process, but it's 3 or 4 days. And then on the final day is when bids are offered to all members. As far as the recruitment process for both men and women go, it's kind of a mutual selection process where chapters are looking for people who are a good fit for them, but likewise, students should be looking for a chapter that's a good fit for them as well. So the organizations want men and women that are looking to be a part of an organization that fits right and feels right for those students. So that's a part of the thing to think about in the recruitment process. In the spring, we also have an informal recruitment process, but it's considerably more casual, but it's still an opportunity to join a chapter as well. For men, the formal process is a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more casual. It's more about getting to know the men in any one of our 4 chapters. There are a few formally scheduled events in the recruitment process for men, but most times it's the opportunity to go down to those houses, get to meet some of those members, and again, find the chapter that's right for you, and figure out why it's important to be a part of one of our Greek community in either the men's or women organizations. The last night of our men's recruitment is also a really kind of exciting sort of time because of the final night of our men's recruitment process, and with a tradition it's called the walk, where new members get to walk up to their new homes on campus per se, and to the cheering of the rest of the Greek community, because we're all excited for them to be a part of our new community. The last thing I'm going to hit on before I turn it over to our students to kind of take it away is what makes Simpson Greek life unique. First thing to emphasize, it's not at all what you would see in the movies or on TV or those sorts of things. So I would say that if you have that in your head of what fraternity life is, it's not at all like that at Simpson College. Our organizations are focused on academics and on leadership and involvement, and we as a community hold them accountable for what they do and who they are. And if they weren't of value to our community, they wouldn't be on our campus. All of our chapters are on campus at the invitation of Simpson, and they're not here just because they want to be here. They're here because we want them here, and they're of value to who we are and all those sorts of things. They also provide a supportive community for our students. It's a good way for people to find those resources and that support that they need. Some people like to have a group of folks around that they can always rely on and call upon when they need something. Um, the other piece is because of a lot of our national chapters and because of our chapter's long history at Simpson, it opens you up to a pretty substantial network outside of Simpson. For national organizations, by being a part of that national organization, they're connected with pretty much so any chapter, any one of their chapters across the nation. And that's a really cool thing that's a part of that. But even with our local chapter, Kappa Theta Psi, they still have a pretty extensive network, even though they're only on Simpson's campus. So it's really kind of cool when somebody sees you wearing your letters, or they know that you're a part of a chapter, you happen to be at an airport or wherever, and they see that and they're going to come up and address you if they're a part of that member of that chapter, because they know what it's like and they know that you're a part of that community. The other thing is it serves as your kind of home away from home. Over the years, a lot of the Greek students that I've talked with, one of the reasons that has made their experience at the college so special is that the students that they got the opportunity to be with while they were in that chapter really made their experience something special. So it's definitely a home away from home. It's definitely a different community, and it's definitely a tight-knit community. A lot of our students choose to join a fraternity. Probably about 24% of our student body is in a fraternity or sorority. The one thing I'd say also is joining a sorority or fraternity is not a required thing. And going through recruitment, even if you go through recruitment, it's not required for you to join a chapter, even if you go through recruitment. I would encourage any student to go through the recruitment process just because it's a good opportunity to meet other students who are also going through the recruitment process, as well as meet some upperclassmen and just to get a better feel of campus. But it's not a required thing. And if you choose to go 1 or 2 days of recruitment and realize it's not for you, it's okay. It's not like there's a mark on any file or that anybody gets identified and is singled out because they chose not to join an organization. What it does is expand your network, even if you choose not to join. We're a small campus, and the plus of being that small campus is that even if you don't join a Greek organization, you're still going to get the opportunity to interact with Greek students, and we're all still one community on campus. So there's a lot of reasons, and I could probably go on for a long time of the values and virtues of being a part of our Greek community, but I think it's best to hear it from our students. So at this point, I'll turn it over to our students and let them kind of do their thing.
All right, we will start off with Frank. Do you want to share a little bit about your experience?
So far from my experience, I really liked it. I mean, whenever I decided to do Greek life, um, it was a hard decision, but in my personal opinion, I really liked recruitment the most part because it was just an exciting time. And as Rich said before, the end process of it, walk night, is a great experience. Yeah, experience to me. Basically, you don't know who's going to be in what fraternity, the upcoming freshmen, and you just got to meet and socialize with each fraternity and basically know who's who and how, like, it's a connection basis, and it's a great experience for my part and for any upcoming freshman, in my opinion. um, and something that I really like about Greek life is the connection part, as stated before. I mean, I had a mentor beforehand this upcoming past year, and he was also part of my fraternity. So it was kind of interesting, and it was exciting to know about this situation and how basically Greek life is a way to go.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. All right, we'll jump over to Bailey.
Hi, so I joined Greek Life my freshman year. I went through formal recruitment, and I was kind of looking for an organization to not only meet new people with, but also to grow in my leadership abilities and just have a lot of solid leadership roles around campus as well as in my chapter. So I actually found a bunch of those inside my chapter. I'm currently the Panhellenic president at our college, so I'm kind of the head of a council for the entire sorority life on campus. And so it's super fun to get to interact and just kind of lead with some really awesome women across our campus. But I think that Simpson's Greek Life is super unique in the fact that each of our chapters, like across fraternities and sororities, like hang out with each other. Like we interact in between all the different chapters, and it's not one chapter against another. It's not like a huge thing throughout the year, except for maybe Greek Week. That's the only thing I could think of. But other than that, we're super welcoming to everybody in Greek life as well as outside of Greek life. And I think that's just an awesome part of our Simpson community, that nobody really holds it against each other to be in different parts of our community. But yeah.
Awesome, thank you. All right, we'll jump over to Lucas.
Hey everybody, sorry about my camera. Apparently I have to update it, so I didn't know that joining the meeting, so I'm left with the black screen, sorry. But my name is Lucas Wilbur. I am a biochemistry major going into my senior year, and I originally chose Simpson for a few reasons. The first being the class size. I came from a small town with a small school, and I kind of liked, or I did like the feel that was at Simpson. The second reason was it was the best financial move for my family and me. Like Madeline said earlier, 100% of students receive financial aid, and that helped a lot. And the final reason was just the gut feeling I got while touring campus when compared to my other choices. Ultimately, what turned me to Greek life was the people I met through recruitment. Entering college, I had no plan on joining a fraternity, but someone I knew from high school convinced me to come down to the house, and I was hooked after that. The recruitment process will seem overwhelming at first. In fact, your first week on campus will be overwhelming, but it's good practice for preparing you for what to expect while at Simpson. Luckily, the recruitment portion happens to be fun, though. Houses will push you to come down for food, yard games, or maybe urge you to join them for bowling or a day at Lake Aquabi. And I challenge you to get out of your comfort zone and try these events out. College is all about building those new relationships, building a network, and I mean, what better way to do it than with your new peers at free events? So through my time at Simpson, I've lived in the fraternity for 4 semesters, and I plan on living there for my final 2. Living in the house is something special because you get to know all your neighbors well, and there's so many impromptu events that can occur. It's those little things like a quick round of Rocket League or a game of pool downstairs that help solidify those relationships, and they really don't take much of your time in your busy schedules. In terms of leadership, I have been recorder, vice president, and the health and safety officer in my chapter. And there are plenty of opportunities for leadership as well. And they make for great accolades on resumes. Overall, what makes Greek life at Simpson unique, though, is the people. Greek life is ever evolving, but those relationships you build will last a lifetime. That's all I got.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, and last but not least, we'll go over to Jackie.
Hi everybody, my name is Jackie. Could you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, my name is Jackie. I am a senior now at Simpson, and I am involved with Sigma Lambda Gamma. I joined my sophomore year of college. Freshman year, I didn't want to join anything. I was kind of in my shell, but I have a friend who went through the formal process in recruitment and wanted me to tag along, but I didn't want to because I wasn't interested because of what I had saw in like movies or TV shows. But at the end of my freshman year, they showed me like traditions and just like usual things that Sigma Lambda Gamma does here on Simpson and even like nationally, and I thought it was really interesting. So I started the recruitment event, or started going to the recruitment events sophomore year, and I found that a lot of the people I knew already in it As it was said before, it is a multicultural sorority. So I saw a lot of people who looked at me, and it was really beautiful for me because it's a predominantly white institution. So for me to be in a multicultural sorority was really great for me, I guess. It made me feel like I could be myself and I could fit in. Sigma Lambda Gamma is all about empowering women, and I think that, I mean, I'm not in my shell anymore as I was freshman year, so I think it's been doing its job. I really love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. I know it's really important for future students to hear from all of our current students and to learn a little bit about the experiences that they're going through. So I really appreciate all of you joining tonight's call. Again, like I said, this session will be recorded, so we'll put it up on our YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media channels to see more different content that we'll be sharing. And then be sure to join us in the next coming Wednesdays at 7 p.m. for future sessions. You can see all of that on our website at simpson.edu/visit. Thank you everyone for joining us. Really appreciate it.